Good morning, you all. It's DP with DJ here, and today is Sunday, April 12th, 2026. And unfortunately, I stayed up late with some friends on Diamond Painting Channel and didn't get to sleep till very early this morning, and now I am fighting a headache. And of course, it's supposed to try to be raining outside, so that's probably not helping the headache, but we're gonna do this anyway. So, and I'm not prepared. I'm I was wanting to go see my friend Mel this morning, and I really do not want to be out driving. But we're just gonna do a little WIP and Chat here for a minute, and we'll see how that works. Later this evening on Starbright 70's channel, everyone is going to gather and we're going to have a little diamond painting party, and everybody's going to work on their crosses. So that should be really fun. Alright, I know I just saw one. Oh goodness. There it is. And you're out in Never Never Land. We need to say goodbye to that. I was sort of chatting with Fred, which is Wolfstar Productions, Starbright 70's husband, last night. There may be a cheaper way to actually go to New Mexico and visit with Star and Fred. So that may be an option down the road a little bit, because I've got to work around visits with my son, you know, my classes, diamond painting classes at the senior center. But wouldn't that be fun? I could go to New Mexico and kit up and teach Star how to kit up easier than what she's doing, and kit all of her 1,000 canvases up for her. Poor girl. Okay. There may not be too many of them in this mixture. Interesting. I thought there were a few more. Wonder if I could stop in and see my grandkids in Colorado and then head down to New Mexico. Wouldn't that be a trip? Oh, really? I really thought there were more. Of course, I'll find them later. You know how that goes. That's how it always works, isn't it? But yeah, this is the face. It looks exactly like my late baby, my fur baby, Tigger, my Maine Coon. I so miss him. Really miss him. He was such a cuddler, a snuggler, a little lover. He always gave hugs. No, he was huge. I mean, I could put him on my hip and carry him like a toddler, but his whole top half of his body would hang over my shoulder. But every day I'd come home from work, he'd be waiting at the front door for me and stand up on his, back legs, like, pick me up, mommy, pick me up. And I'd pick him up, and lo and behold, he'd give hugs. He always wanted a hug when I got home from work. It was, he had quite a personality. I really, really missed that baby. Excuse me. I thought I saw one. Oh, I did. Right there. Bing. And I had already filled those in quite a bit last night, so I'm not surprised I missed one at all. Oh, nope, that's a D. So hopefully this headache will tone itself down. And let's see. The cross diamond painting party is at 6:30 Pacific time, 7:30 Mountain time, 8:30 Central time, and 9:30 Eastern time today on Starlight Starbright 70s channel. So that's going to be a blast to have everybody diamond painting together. I'm looking forward to that. So I'm going to have to, I don't know if I'll be able to get a setup where I could be up on the panel plus be able to read the chat. So I'll have to see if I can figure that out. Oh, yeah, one thing I need to do is definitely, I will have to charge my tablet because it will take more than one device to be able to do that. And I don't like trying to read chat on my tablet. Believe it or not, it's easier to read it on my cell phone. I tried it the other way, and it's just a lot easier to read chat on my cell phone. Believe it or not, well, I'm sure I could get into the settings and probably change it, but the font on my tablet is small, so small, it's really hard for me to read it. I read it easier on my cell phone. That might be because my cell phone, I can hold it and closer. I don't know. But we'll try to play with that today and see if I can't possibly get the font on my tablet a little bigger. I know it's probably in the settings, but my tablet is set up so different than the settings on my cell phone. I'm used to. The tablet, not so much. But I'll just have to kind of play with it and see what I can figure out. I was wanting to go up and see Mel this morning, talk to her a little bit, and grab myself a fountain Pepsi, but that's not going to happen. My head's hurting, and I really don't want to try to get out yet. It's a little too early for this, and I just woke up, basically. I didn't get up until 8 o'clock, but mind you, I didn't go to sleep till, 3:30 or so, maybe 4 o'clock. That's what I was telling y'all last night at midnight. I have to go because it takes me hours to get to sleep. Always has. Melatonin doesn't work. Um, listening to soft music doesn't work. Um, I've tried many things and just finally settled that this is just how it is. Like when we first moved in here and we didn't have TV, boy, those first, few days without TV and without a bed were a little rough. But we deal with what we have to deal with and we move on, right? So that's what we did. Well, that's what I did. He had a bed. He didn't care about TV, so he does now because he likes that background noise. But he was listening to stuff on his phone. At that time, he had a different phone, and it worked for him. So that's all that matters, right? I'm finding that on multi-placing, I know they talk about doing it horizontally. And it's funny because I feel like I do better at it vertical. So, I don't know. Could just be, depend on what mood I'm in, too. And how my eyes are working for me. I see another C that I missed, so we're just going to fill that one in real quick. When there's just a single one like that, and I've already done that letter, I like to go back in and fill it in, and that way, less chance of missing it. Alright, we're picking up extra drills. We're going to clean that up. I found another set of these Forever Young knockoff trays on Temu yesterday. But that set has 36 instead of 30. I think the price was like $16.71, and I love these trays. The Forever Youngs are smooth on the bottom. They just have the lines, like this tray, they're just straight lines, but these trays have bumps in the bottom that keep them perfectly lined up, and I like this. This is easier to multi-place with than when I was trying to use this. So I'm sticking with these trays. It's what I like. So we're gonna stick with them. And I still tentatively have a trip to go see my son, I believe on May 15th. My youngest, take his dad to see him. Class is on May 8th. I will have the VLOOK. Goodness, you're just, oh, well, you go there anyway, okay. I will have get the setup done on the VLOOK, because it's going to have to be out in the dining room, either on my old craft table or my dining room table. I'm not going to be able to set it up in my room on my custom craft table. The canvas is too big, and I really I don't like rolling up the canvases while I'm working on them. Now, if I had one of those roller holder things, maybe, I don't know. Never tried that. Never had one. But I've got to slow down. Been buying too many accessories lately, so I need to slow down because I need to have funds to help cover the extra things needed for the class. So I need to slow down. I really don't. Oh, we also have the citywide garage sale coming up here. So we're gonna try to set out some things that I need to sell. Really don't want to, but I don't have the space to keep them all, so I'm trying to decide. I've been deciding as I'm unpacking things what I'm willing to let go of and what I can't let go of. And so far, the only thing I have found I can't let go of is my mom's china. But the rest of it, I don't have. Excuse me. I have drainage going on, folks. I apologize. That's why, again, this probably won't be a long WIP and Chat, but what was I saying? I don't have the wall space, and it's all the decor from my old house in Harrisonville, and I would rather put my diamond paintings up on my walls here now. Of course, when I lived in Harrisonville, I wasn't diamond painting. So, oh, that was what, 7 years ago? Goodness, 8 years ago? I don't know. But I need to start a list, because there's going to be a few things I need to replenish for my framing processes. I need some more foam boards. I need some more of the two-sided adhesive sheets from Amazon and things like that, so that I want my Christ in the eye. I really want to get that framed and put up on my wall, but that one, I may do the dowel rod framing on that one. I'm not sure yet, because that's an easier process. I will have, I'll have to check my paint supply too, because that requires painting the edges of the canvas, but that's nothing. Alrighty. I think a few of these drills, not all of them, not like that one canvas I worked on, that swirl abstract one. Seems like some of these drills are a little dirty, but not all of them, which is weird. I'm glad all of them aren't, because I don't want to be frustrated on this particular canvas, because this reminds me so much of my little baby Tigger. And I don't think I will ever get over losing him, especially the way I lost him. It's very, very sad what they did to him. And just mean. But I really don't want to talk about that, especially, on here. I just don't. It was a horrible experience for me. It was horrible for him. But anyway, need to move on subject anyway, because I will never ever forget my baby Tigger. Never. Quite a personality, sweet cat, so funny, so funny. He used to go on walks whenever I'd walk the Huskies. He'd just walk on the sidewalk. He wasn't on a leash though, even though technically he was supposed to be, but I didn't need to put him on a leash. He would walk on the sidewalk behind us, as I'm walking the dogs. Or if we were walking the dogs, it would depend, because I could not take both Huskies out by myself. I only weighed a few pounds more than those dogs, so I only took them one at a time. But if he went with me, my partner at the time, then that would be fine. We could walk them together. But or if my neighbor went and walked one of them. But usually if my neighbor went, I would have to take Loki, the male, and let her walk the female, because Loki was very hard to handle if another dog approached. He's very protective. He would get in, protector mode, and he is hard. He's very, very strong, and I think I weighed maybe 25 pounds heavier than him. So, and I miss my Akina girl. Sweet, sweet girl. But they are crazy high on pet deposits here, and your pet cannot weigh more than, I can't remember the weight limit, 10, 15 pounds, and I'm like, my cat weighed more than that. But my brother's highly allergic to cats, so I can't have another cat. And I don't, it's a really crazy, to me it's crazy high. But all of my cats have been outdoor cats. In fact, Tigger, this is a really odd thing about Tigger. He's a Maine Coon. He was born outside, and of course you all know they're outdoor breed. And for the first 5 years I had him, he basically would not use a litter box. He would be like a dog and go stand by the front door or come and get me, and so he could go outside and go to the bathroom. Never had a cat do that my entire life, and I've had cats my entire life. So I thought that was, very unique trait for him. He was just a very special, very, very special cat. And a regular scratching post, the supporting poles you have in your basement, periodically throughout your basement, when you have I had a raised ranch. So what I did is I took the scraps of carpet that we had left over, like the thin, they were like about that wide. I took those and wrapped them around one of those poles, and that was his scratching post. I had several scratching posts, and he would not use any of them. But when I made it, put it on that pole, you know, that worked for him, and he would use it. So he was just very unique, very different than any other cat I've ever had. So I really miss my baby. But okay, folks, I think I'm going to call it a day here. And just be kind. Always be kind. If you want to see a change in the world, be the change you want to see. Lead by example. We need to definitely show folks how it's done. So I hope you all have a very blessed Sunday, and I hope to see you at Starlight Starbright 70s channel this evening. Again, 6:30 Pacific time, 7:30 Mountain time, 8:30 Central time, and 9:30 Eastern time. Starlight Starbright 70. That is her channel. Y'all have yourself a great day, and y'all come back now, you hear?